The Monday morning movement. And what are we talking about today? Are you tired of being in that place of misery? Being in that place where you're being resentful? Are you tired of being in a place where you feel like you're unheard, you're unseen, or your thoughts and your feelings are being dismissed by your spouse? How do you get to a place where you can still have a conversation where you're able to connect, you're able to express how you feel, and you don't walk away feeling dismissed, you don't walk away feeling unseen, and your husband still feels respected as your spouse? I have a solution for you. You have to get out. Ladies, you have to get out. And I'm not telling you to get out of your marriage. What I'm telling you is to get out of that place of resentment where you are. Get out of that place of misery where you are. Because in those places, you cannot grow. You need to shift and put yourself in a place where your mind is able to grow, where you're able to express yourself in a way that continues to build a meaningful connection in your marriage. And sometimes that's hard to do. I'm here to tell you. In all honesty, I'm in a season right now where my husband and I have had a disagreement. And I'm here to tell you that I can help you because I know that I've grown. Some time ago, had we had this same disagreement, I would have reacted instead of responding. I would have given a reaction and expression of anger. But this time I didn't do that. I decided to get out. Let me tell you what I mean by get out. The first step in get out is to ground yourself. You have to ground yourself. You have to take a pause. You have to take a minute to think about how can this conversation make or break the connection in my marriage. What you say, how you say it, when you say it, can do just that. It can make or break the connection that you're building, the connection that you're striving to have, that emotional safety that you've been working on. So you've got to take the time to ground. Take yourself back to what you find to be most valuable. And what I find to be most valuable is my belief in what the Word of God tells me to do. The Word of God commands that I respect my husband. So when I decide to lash out and express back in a way that's disrespectful to him, what I'm doing is disobeying my Lord. And by me grounding myself and realizing that I can't do that, I decided that that would be a way that I would not respond. So in grounding, take your time to pause and think about, what do you find to be most important? What's the next step in get out? Be able to express yourself in a meaningful way. Be able to communicate in a way that's only going to build the connection between you and your husband. Be able to express yourself in a way to where you know that you're heard, but you're also being respectful at the same time. You're also being respected at the same time. Learn to respond instead of reacting. What's the next step? Be able to turn and shift your mindset. Understand and recognize the feelings that you're feeling, but understand that what you understand may not be the end all. Ask questions. Ask clarifying questions of your spouse. Understand their perspective and where they're coming from and why something has happened. Be able to get that full understanding and turn and shift the way that you're thinking so that it only builds a stronger connection instead of tearing you more apart. What's next in get out? That out, that O and out, is for you to own it. You have to be able to own your feelings. Ladies, we can no longer use our emotional outlets as being an excuse on why we just react, on why we just react in anger, on why we express in a way that we do. Own it. Own it and understand that it's okay to feel the way that I'm feeling, but I need to own it and understand that the way that I respond can make or break the connection that we're building in our marriage. Own it. Own it and understand. What's next in get out? Understand. Understand from your spouse's perspective. Being able to understand where they are coming from only helps to build that stronger connection between you two. And sometimes that's where our communication breaks down. We only want to see it from our point of view. That's not the way to do it. We want to be able to understand it from your spouse's point of view. Understand why the certain thing happened. Understand if there's meaning behind why the certain thing happened. Understand it from their perspective. And remember, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree to understand. We don't have to land in the same exact spot for us to be able to have understanding. What's the last step in get out? Transform. Allow that place of uncomfortableness that you felt to be able to transform the way that you're responding, transform the way that you are connecting in your marriage. Allow that space of uncomfortableness to be a place where you can grow from. Because it made you feel uncomfortable, that's the best place for you to grow. In this situation that I'm talking to you about, that I'm currently in this season with me and my husband, I know that I've grown. I know that I'm grown because I'm able to sit here and talk to you this morning, and I don't feel dismissed. I don't feel unseen. I don't feel unheard, because I've taken the time to get out. I'm no longer in that place of misery. I'm no longer in that place of resentment, because what I am striving for always is to build a connection with my spouse, not to tear down the connection with my spouse. I understand that where I am, when we talk, how we communicate, that proximity that I talked to you about, that timing, when we talk about it, it's very important. The tone in which I speak to him, it can make or break our connection and our conversation. I pay very close attention to that. And then the clarity, asking the questions. Where do we go from here? What action items are required afterwards? All those things are a must. And utilizing the tools that we talk about on this platform, it works for me. I know it will work for you because I put it to the test. Remember, your tone will tell what your words don't say. So make sure that you're expressing what you want to say in a way that is going to keep you respected, going to keep your husband respected. Remember to hold true what's true to you, your core values. And if you're a believer in Jesus Christ, God has commanded us to respect our husbands, so we have to keep that at the forefront. Remember that in your conversations. Your goal is to build connection. Your goal is not to tear down the connection. If you keep that at the forefront, if you remember that at the forefront of all of your communication, you'll always strive to connect instead of using communication to tear down. It's so important. Ladies, get out. Get out of the place of misery. Get out of the place of resentment. Ground yourself. Express yourself in a way that's respectful. Turn and shift the way that you're currently thinking. Own your feelings. Own your actions. Understand your spouse's connection. Understand your spouse's perspective. And then transform the way that you're thinking about it. Transform and allow that place of uncomfortableness to grow your marriage, to grow your connection. That's how you're going to get out of that place. Get out.